Okay, we are live. Hello.
Hello.
Just going to wait a few seconds.
In silence, or what do you suggest?
We meditate.
Yes, we can take a few deep breaths before we begin.
A reading exercise.
Okay, let's start.
Let's start.
It's season 1, episode 4 of NLP Lunch and Learn with Anna and Vicky. It is your weekly NLP nutrition. And welcome, I'm Vicky.
I'm Anna. And today's program is going to be about stress and how can NLP help you manage stressful situations.
Yes, so what is stress? What are stressors? I call them stressors. It's everything that can happen outside of us, or maybe sometimes even inside of us. Just like what is stress, Anna?
Well, that's really an interesting question, and it's also interesting that we're going to learn a technique to help you deal with stress today. So, what is stress? Well, I think that stress. It's like a pressure, right? It reminds me of that John Grinder sentence: "Stress is what you do with pressure," right?
Yes. But what is then pressure? Pressure, it can be anything. It can be COVID at the moment is pressure. We're living in a world, in a situation that we have never been before in. So we don't know how to deal with a pandemic. We don't have it in our experience. So this is a huge pressure for all of us, staying at home, working from home, not being able to see our close people, not being able to hug. It's all pressure.
Yes, it's a stressful situation we're living now with this lockdown thing and with this COVID. But I remember having stressful situations before COVID. So I'm thinking of having these deadlines. When I was an architect, I had these crazy deadlines where we didn't sleep at all just to meet the deadline.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really stressful. I remember those terrible feelings.
Yes, it can be also, pressure is also pressure to pay the rent, pressure at the job. Maybe you're not satisfied, and then there is a pressure for you to change your job, but then you don't want to change it. It can be pressure now as well, safety in a way, because you're not sure if you will be able to keep your job. What about motherhood?
Yes, motherhood can be stressful, and any life change really. When we change house, if we change jobs, if we get married, if we get a divorce, whatever, all of those situations are stressful situations.
Yes, and expectations then also. What about expectations other people have of us? Our parents, maybe, our children, our partners, or then also expectations coming from the inner world. What do we expect from ourselves? And how high are those expectations that we have from ourselves? This can also produce pressure.
Exactly. So what can we do with this pressure? Because sometimes it's kind of overwhelming, right? The pressure can be overwhelming. We don't know exactly what to do, and it brings up all sorts of feelings. But I'm thinking that it can also be useful, because it could serve as a call to action.
Yes, sometimes we can transform this pressure into something useful, as you say. And this means getting into a resourceful state when we're dealing with something that is pressure from the outside world.
Yes, that makes me think that the problem is not the problem. The problem is the context in which, the state in which you enter the context where the problem is, right?
Yes.
So state
Again,
plays a huge role here.
yes. I can tell our viewers my personal experience. So last night was great. Last year, and I have an anniversary from this period from the time when I was diagnosed with cancer. So that was a huge stressor for me. And then a few days afterwards, COVID started. So it was with lockdown, we didn't know what was going on. So the pressure was even double. I felt like when I was diagnosed with cancer, I felt like the ground was breaking underneath my feet. It was a huge earthquake. And then when the COVID was announced, pandemic and the lockdowns, it felt like there was a huge wave of tsunami coming my way. So I was barely holding up for breath. And then it makes a great difference how you approach this huge stressful situation. And I think we lost Anna, but hopefully she will come back. What happened? Okay, I'm gonna go on, and then Anna will come back and join us together. So then it makes a huge difference how you approach the situation, whether you approach it from a resourceful state, meaning from a state of calmness, or you approach this situation from a state of anger, from a state of fear. It's up to you in a way. And today, what we were going to do was to show you a nice demonstration of how NLP can help you with this stress that is happening around us. And pressure will always be there. It will happen always. It's how you deal with it that makes the difference. Now, I cannot do the demo without Anna, and I have no idea what happened. I hope she comes back soon. Or actually, maybe I can do it with all of you. So the idea is that that Anna was supposed to do this demo with me, but now I can do it with all of you. So if you're sitting and watching here with us, with me at the moment, I would like you to think of a situation where you have stress, where you have pressure. And just sit there as you sit, go into this situation and see what you see in this situation, hear what you hear in this situation, and feel how it feels when you are in this stressful situation. And once you're there, you can now change the body, come back. So Anna, welcome back.
Hello. So I had to restart my computer, but I am back.
So what I did, since you were not here, I started actually the demo with our viewers. Just so you know, and maybe you can go along now as we continue. So what we did was I asked them to go into this stressful situation, in this unresourceful situation where they are, think of it, really associate with it how it is, and see what they see, hear what they hear, and feel what they feel. So now we can continue with the second step. And do you want to continue? Because this was your role today. Okay.
Yes, sure. I would love to. Okay, so maybe Vicky, you can access that stressful situation first to connect with it. Exactly, just
okay. And Anna is gone again. And I'm going to continue then with you. I'm really sorry. Thank you for having patience today with our technology problems. So you already know now your situation in which you have stress and in which you miss resources. So now the next question would be,
here I am again.
From this position here, so I'm just going to go on.
I'm back.
So now from this position here, which resources do you need? What is something that you need? It can be relaxation, it can be
Peace.
calmness, it can be joy, it can be peace. What do you need?
Faith that everything will be all right. So just the first resource that comes to mind usually is the right choice. Okay. So Vicky, have you identified the resource?
Yes, my resource is relaxation that I need in my stressful situation.
Okay, very good. So just move your body a bit. And now I'm going to invite you.
So as Anna said, now we're going to invite you to go into a situation where you really have this resource. Sometime in your past memory where you had this resource. It can be anything that you identified. For me, it was being relaxed. And just go back there and think of this memory. And
Yes,
just remember how it was. Remember what you saw. Go really associate with it. Be there.
Yes, fully associate in your body. Just go fully into that experience, seeing what you saw, hearing what you heard, feeling what you felt, and just really get into all the experience. Notice the lighting, notice the breathing rhythms, notice the colors, the sensations. What can you hear? And as you go there, just totally access that situation. Okay, very good. So, Vicky, I don't know if you were doing the exercise.
So I continued to do the exercise with the people online while you were gone. And I was not doing it myself because I need to present it.
Of course.
Yes, so now the next step is that once you have this feeling with you of the resource, now think of the stressful situation where you were in the beginning, in the first step, the one where you need more resources. How does it feel?
Notice if there is any change. And then you can just move your body a bit again. And just go to the future. See yourself in the future. And if you're in a similar situation like that, how will it be? So in our experience, is that for us, it's easier to get that resource that was missing in future situations.
So you can tell us in the comments how it felt and if it was useful for you. And we will write the steps on the flip chart now of what we did, so you can be aware of what the steps are, and you can practice these more at home and make it in a way a practice so that you really can access anytime a resourceful state when you find yourself in a stressful situation in the future. Okay?
Yeah. So step number one, the first thing that we did was identify a stressful situation that you might be having right now in your life.
Can you see it well?
Very well, very well.
Okay.
That's right. The second thing that we did, we just moved a bit, and then we identified a resource that could help us that was not present in that stressful situation. Because in NLP, we believe that we have all the resources within us, so we just have to identify it. Then we asked you to think about a memory, to access a memory where that resource was present. And here it's important to really feel the memory inside your body as opposed to looking at yourself from the outside. So really go there, take your time, close your eyes, and just activate the 5 senses to go into that memory. Then you get out of that, you move a bit, and you test it. You think of the stressful situation again, and you see how it feels. Does it feel different? Do you have more choices?
And the final step was test
Your future price. Yeah. You just go to the future and think, in the future, how will I be in a situation like this or with this situation?
Okay. Is this visible for everybody?
Yes, it's amazing. It's great. I can read it very well, so I'm sure the people at home can read it as well.
Okay. Very good. So now these are the steps of how you can bring resources in your life. What I was doing when I was faced with these huge stressors last year, I was bringing resources from my memory so that I can deal with these stressful situations. Now, the important thing is in whatever we present you here to do, because sometimes people forget to take action.
Yes,
So the more you do it,
Mhm.
the more you do it, the better it will become. So take action and do the things that we present to you.
Yes, the other day I heard the sentence, motivation follows movement. So action is really the big step here.
Yes.
So we urge you to do this at home.
Yes. Okay, so that was for today. That was our simple exercise for today. And remember, NLP is simple but very effective.
Yes. Next week we're going to talk about NLP and overthinking. This comes from a question from a viewer. So we really urge you to send us your comments, questions in the comment section or to nlplunchandlearn@gmail.com.
And we're available to you as coaches if you need us.
Sure, yeah.
Also, we are in the preparing a very beautiful course on self-coaching, so how you can self-coach yourself at home. And also we're preparing NLP training, so stay tuned and
Yes.
we will announce it soon.
Thank you for watching us. May the power of choice be with you.
Thank you for watching us. Bye.
Bye.